Hello everyone and welcome back to my channel. So today is February 29th and it is about that time where I show all the pictures that I have completed for the month. I do have one picture that I finished on January 31st and I didn't include it in my January picture, so it will be included in this video. So let's just get started. Okay, first up I have a picture in The Wizard of Oz by Fabiana Attanasio, and this picture I finished on the channel as a color along, and I had previously started on my own, but then I really wanted to have some content for my channel and I decided to finish it up, and you could follow along if you wanted to. So here is the lion, and I had a good time coloring this picture. It's done on the channel, so you can go back and see that for the majority. And yeah, I don't really have much to say because I pretty much finished it up on the channel. But you know, here she is and her stickles, because I've decided to keep her shoes silver. Well, I'm going to keep her shoes silver because in the original story her shoes are actually silver. But yeah, this was really fun to do, and I remember being perplexed about what to do with the lion's mane. I think that's really what put me off for the most part, but then, you know, I made an executive decision, so I decided to go with pencils. And this was done with mostly Black Widow, and I did use Neo Color 2 on here and super tips and whatnot. And like I said, this one was a treat to do because, as y'all know, I love my Fabiana Attanasio pages. So we'll move on to the next page. These are in no particular order, by the way. So next I have Disney Silhouettes by Hachette Heroes. I actually looked it up because I was like, what? It's not Hatchet, it's Hachette. That's how they said it in French. Well, my Google said it, so I'm going with that. And yeah, I got this book for Christmas, and it was like in my cart for the longest time, and I finally got it because my mom got it for me. And it fell apart, and I had heard talk of this happening. I had heard talk. So my book is, oops, sorry, I'm shaking the tripod. My book is intact, but my page fell out that I was working on. So here is, I had decided to do Minnie Mouse amongst the many pictures. Kind of a pun. The many pictures that I had picked out of this book. And I chose to do this one. And because it's a limited color palette, there we go. You would think that I would not have such a difficult time trying to figure out colors, but that is the complete opposite to how it happened. I knew I wanted pink and purple, and then I just had to decide where to put everything so that the colors don't look jumbled and whatnot. I think that's one of my greatest fears. I always want to do like a 3-color page or do an all 1-color page where I just use like all blues or all pinks or something, but I have trouble with where to put it so that it looks nice. So I think I kind of figured it out for this page, but I know I need a lot more brain power and thinking time before doing that in the future. But yeah, I chose these colors because I thought that they were like kind of Minnie Mouse like, and purple is my favorite color, so I knew I wanted to incorporate purple in here. So I had a lot of fun. I used super tips for the most part. I have glitter gel pen. I have some Neo Color 2 for the paint. And then I kind of took the color out, and I just like the crinkly noise that pages make. Like, I love that. So, and I don't think much came through. And I actually wrote down when I finished this, which was February 1st. So this was my first picture of February. I don't know if you can really see the glitter because I'm competing with daylight and my overhead room light. So I don't know how well things are coming off. But yes, of course, there's glitter on here. I didn't put stickles, but I have glitter gel pen. So this one was fun to do, even though, you know, I struggled with where to put the colors. So that's that one, and I'll have the next one coming right up. Here's another book I received for Christmas. This is Jazmin Beckett Griffin, her mermaids coloring book, and I completed this page right here. And this was such a treat to do because I really enjoyed coloring her skin, and that was my favorite part for the most part. And I did use some markers for her hair and the background and the water because I didn't want to use water, like anything like Neo Color 2 or anything. Marker is super quick, and you know, I wouldn't have to shade it or anything, so that's probably most likely why I went with that for the background. So I did add some lightning in the background, and there are some stickles on here on the fish's leash. I don't know what you call this, but yeah, and I struggled because I had to get my diamond stickles, and my diamond stickles is barely anything in there. And I was able to order 2 more because that's all the website had at the time, but I have 2 more, so I'm super excited because diamond is my favorite color. But anyway, I used a bronze color combination that I got from Color and Chat with Sammy on her channel, but I did add dark brown in it and make it my own because it wasn't dark enough for me, because I really wanted this to look like this was like bronze statues. And then I saw this lady, and I wanted her to be like an observant, like she's observing the art, the statues. So that's why she looks real and they look like they are indeed statues. But yes, I had a really good time coloring this picture. And I did my black pearls that I use from Jennifer Zimmerman. She has a tutorial on her channel, and I simply fell in love with it the first time I tried it. So I really like to do black pearls, so I decided to do that for this one. But yes, I also have the skin on my Instagram, and you can see which colors I used for it, because I actually achieved a deeper skin tone with these colors than the first time I used these colors together. I had a lighter skin tone, so it's so fun to see like the different tones that you can get out of the same colors. But I'm really in love with this one. She is just so gorgeous. I love it. So that is this one. Now I have a picture out of the coloring book of the Gorgeous Wedding Dress, and this is by Dada Mao, one of my favorite artists for the Chinese coloring books. And this picture was a headache simply because I used polychromos, or I wanted to use all polychromos on this picture, but my plans were derailed simply because they were not getting along with this paper. I don't know what it is. I don't know if I've used polychromos before or not, but I feel like if I did, I would remember because it gave me such a hard time. So he's done here on his blazer or his military jacket, whatever. This is done in polychromos. His skin is done in polychromos. Her skin's done in polychromos, and it was not giving me the color that I wanted. Her skin just looks really washed out. I did not like it, and so I was just like, to hell with these polychromos. So my Prismacolor came in to save the day. So everything else was done in Prismacolor. Her hair, her dress, the roses. I think his hair was done in Prismacolor as well. And then I don't know, I just had a problem with her. Like, her skin wasn't doing what I wanted. Her hair didn't do what I wanted. I like it, but I don't at the same time. And I had fun doing the semi-transparency of her little sleeve and this top part of her dress. That was my first time attempting to do that, and I think it turned out really good. But you know, it was just a struggle. And I actually had done her crown in gold paint, like I did some of her jewelry. And she does have Wink of Stella on her sleeves, and that is this thing, if you don't know what it is. And I'm not a fan of it. That was my first time using it, and yeah, I'm not a fan of it. But you know, it's there. And I have glossy accents on my roses. And if you don't know what glossy accents are, I guess I could show you. Give me 1 second. So when I say glossy accents, I mean this is still by Ranger, who makes stickles, and the bottle design is the same and everything. So all it is clear, and when you apply it on things, it makes them super shiny, and they kind of give like a 3D effect. And I don't know, I just really like it. So yeah, I will insert a picture of what her crown looked like with the gold paint, and then I hated it and decided to go over it with washi tape. So I'll insert a picture here. But I did not like that at all. It looked horrid. So then I was like, you know what, washi tape will fix it. So I put washi tape over and then went around it with a black marker. So you know, there's that. And then I used some chalk pastel for the background, and then I drew in some rose petals falling because I wanted it to look like a really romantic scene. You know, it's February, it's Valentine's Day, it's a sweeping romance thing happening here. So I did enjoy aspects of the picture, but just not as a whole. Just things did not work out. But I was really proud of all the shadows that I was able to achieve, like on her dress from the roses and stuff. I think that worked out really good. But I don't know, her skin is just too washed out for me. I usually like, you know, skin that's like popping, and it did not do that for me on this particular picture. But yes, this is the end result, and there are stickles and gold paint on her. This actually is not an earring, it goes to her hat. It hangs off. So yeah, you can see the gold paint. And I used my Gansai Tanby Starry watercolor on all the gold that's present in the picture. Okay, next up I have a picture in The Magical Journey by Lizzie Mary Cullen. And this picture was done on the channel as a color along because I know people are intimidated by her books, and I wanted to be of some type of help because I love to do pictures in her books. I think, you know, once you start, it's not as bad, and it's kind of fun working everything out. These swirls do get on your last nerve sometimes, but you know what? You don't have to individually color each one. You can do them a solid color like I did here. But yes, this one is the Fushimi Inari Shrine. I was trying to read it, but I kind of covered it up. But this was done on the channel, so you can check out those videos. It's in a playlist. I actually tried to be organized and put things in a playlist now. So you can check it out if you would like, and the picture in its entirety is done on there. And I had a lot of fun, and these little fox guys were inspired by my Jazzy, my dog, and my phone case, because I have a fox on there. I think I showed in the video. But yes, this was the end result, and I really enjoyed coloring this picture. I had a time with this these archways because I was trying to figure out the colors, but in the end I think it came together quite well. And there are stickles on my little fox guys, if you can catch them. The sun is kind of shining this way, so you can kind of see the stickles. And I put stickles in the water right here, down here. And yeah, this one was fun to do. Okay, so here I have a picture done in the Misfits coloring book. This is number 3 by Weistag, or Tara Biddlespatcher, also as she's known. And I love my Misfits, and it's been a month and Sundays since I've colored a Misfits picture, and I was really in the mood for one, so I decided to do this one. Now this picture, I will flip through the books, and I've always wanted to do this picture, and finally, months and months, I got around to it. But I always envisioned doing a chocolate sea, but then when I sat down to actually color it, I decided to go with a pink sea. And this is gouache. I don't know if the camera's gonna pick up that I did do some shading. Okay, maybe you can see it. So there is a bunch of shading with polychromos, if I'm not mistaken, for the sea, but I did do gouache base and then gouache for this light pink part. And I used gouache in the background to do the chocolate drips dripping down because these were not here. I added those in. So I'll actually insert a picture of what the picture looked like before I added the chocolate. So as you can see, this page has gone through quite a transformation. I don't know, I just wanted it to be like chocolates raining down or oozing down from the sky. I thought that would be really cool. And as you can see, I did use some marker for the sky because I didn't want to use gouache or anything water because I knew I was going to use gouache for this part, and I didn't want it to interfere with the sky when it came to me trying to blend it. And I think, you know, me playing around with gouache, I do have some shading and some light parts, and this was all gouache. I did not add pencil to it, so I'm really proud of that, actually, that I sat and played around to get some shading and whatnot from the chocolate. And she does have some, is this stickles? Yes, this is stickles on her little raft, or her inner tube, I should say, with some glitter gel pen. And I do have some glossy accents on the lollipops. I think you can see it. I think they really pop with the glossy accents because it really makes them look like they're legit real lollipops on the page. So I had a lot of fun with this one. It was quick because of all the gouache and the marker, and you know, they're really tiny, like you can get through it quite quickly. And I actually used a Sharpie pen and wrote on her hat to make it look like it's newspaper. So yeah, I had a lot of fun with this one, and I made my sharks look like chocolate, like they're maybe made out of chocolate, so maybe they won't eat her. Maybe they're nice sharks, and they just, you know, they want a lollipop or a piece of this cake or something she's sitting on. I don't know. But anyway, yeah. So, you know, there are some bigger ones, but this is rare because usually they're small, and I really like this one. I really want to color her. But we shall see. So let's move on to the next picture. My goal this month was to complete 3 Misfit pictures, which I did not do. Almost did it. Not quite. I got, you know, I did 2. I was going to say I got halfway through, but halfway of 3 is 1.5, so technically I did more than that. Anyway, I'm not the best at math. Misfits number 13. This is a fairy themed coloring book, and I completed a picture in here, and I think she is simply gorgeous. I want to hug her. She's so adorable. So here is Black Eyed Susan, named aptly after the flowers. We actually have some Black Eyed Susans that grow couple minutes up the street from me, actually, like by our community center. So I didn't walk up there to get inspiration. I just know what they look like. So here she is. I used what did I use? A marker base for her hair. I did marker for the frame around here, and I did use super tips for these flowers. So, and it was alcohol marker for her top as well, as you can see. And I cannot remember if I used Black Widows or Arteza or something. That's Jazzy walking around. I really cannot remember what the heck colors I used for her skin. That's terrible. I am blanking. Maybe it's on my Instagram. I don't know, because I like to share, you know, my color combos and whatnot. But I used chalk pastel in the background, and I actually took the top to my nail polish bottle and traced a circle to make these tiny circles. And then I took I think, no, this was a super tip marker, so I just turned it upside down to make these circles. And then this was, I think, a nail polish bottle, or I don't know. I used a nail polish bottle and something else to make these circles, because I do not have a circle stencil. And I don't draw the best perfect circles, and these didn't even come out perfect circles, but I just wanted to add something extra to the background, so I thought that I would do that on this picture just to try it out and make it look like maybe it's spores or pollen or whatever coming from the flowers, because she is a flower fairy because she has leaf wings, which I thought was the most adorable thing. But yeah, she stole my hearts. I picked her out when I first got this book. She was one of my favorites in here, and that was months and months ago, last year sometime, and I never got around to coloring her. So I've completed her, and I'm super happy with the end result. And she does have stickles, of course, on her wings. And I did use my super tips to do some fairy dust coming from her wings, because I like that effect, and I think it looks really cool. And she does have some glitter gel paint on her little top here. But yeah, it's just like she's staring at you, like through your soul or something. Her eyes are so soulful. I don't know. It touches me. I really like her. So yeah, I'll shut up and move on to the next picture. Okay, so lastly, and this is the last page that I finished for February, actually. I have done one in Erie's World Heritage Travel Through Time, which I believe is the correct name. I don't know, I hear other things sometimes. I'm trying to push my jacket down. Okay, so I've done a picture that I really, really like, and I admired this picture when I first got the book, because I don't know, it's just some type of charm to it that I really like. And I've seen a couple people do this on Instagram, and I saw theirs, and I was like, yeah, I really need to get around to doing that picture. It's one of my favorites. So here it is in its completion. And this took me about 3 nights, I think, of me sitting working on it, because it is fairly busy. It has a lot of little doodads and bits and bobs about the page. But you know what is so funny? That's the stuff that took me the longest. Like, the big stuff did not take me long to do at all, like the wall and all of the big stuff, the larger stuff. But these little tiny things took me forever because my attention span will wane, and I was like, yeah, I really need to I really need to sit and concentrate and do all these little things. So I did, and I used excuse me, had to sniff. I used ink tints for some parts. So I used ink tints for all the paper, this table, and I believe I used ink tints for the wall. I want to say it was Neo Color too, because I don't have a light gray ink tints, but I know how to make my charcoal gray look really light in my ink tints. So I don't know, I believe it was all ink tints for the wall work. And then I went in with polychromos. So this was a mix of polychromos and Prismas on this page. And yeah, I just, you know, sat down and got to it. So I know I used polychromos a lot in this picture for like all the herbs or whatever that she's got going on. And I have some super tips. I drew extra grass down here because these little leaves sticking out looked weird, and I'm like, how would they be standing up unless it's dirt in the bottom of the bag? I don't know why I have to put so much logic in things, but I did. And so yeah, I used super tips here and there, like this basket of super tips. But all in all, this was really fun for me to do. So there is glitter gel pen on my little alchemist, or whatever you want to call her. There is some gold Uniball Signo on the table. I have some glitter gel pen on these crystal thing. Well, this one. As you can see, I was trying to figure out what the heck they call them in a maester. In Game of Thrones, I was like, because she reminds me of kind of a maester. Like, they didn't have female ones, of course, because women were not allowed in the Citadel. But, you know, she could be one, maybe. I don't know. You know, she's breaking the rules in a good way. So yeah, this was the end result of this picture. I don't know why I have to go into stories for these things. I just do not know why. And so I did use my neon gel pen, which I do not use a lot, but I used it on some of these little buds of the flowers. So yeah, this was the end result of this picture. And I'm really pleased with how it came out. I really don't like this thing, though. I use super tips for this to try to make it look like fur, but I don't know if I like that much. That's the only thing that I would probably do differently if I did this picture again. But that's it. That's everything that I've colored for this month. I will show y'all the third Misfits that I had on my agenda to complete this month that I did not get around to. I feel like I was quite productive. I did 8 pictures, technically 7. One was done in January, but you know, whatever. This is from the Misfits Halloween book. This is number 12, and I was trying to complete this one this month. This was my third one that I had picked out, and I did a good start on her. Her skin's done, you know, and I did the little effects with the blood, but I just yeah, I dropped the ball. I didn't get around to her for some reason. But yeah, if you want to know what colors I did for her skin, they are on my Instagram. I used Black Widows, and I fell in love with this color that I never noticed before, which is called charcoal green. And I was like, oh yeah, I'm definitely going to be using charcoal green. And it's a gray, but I don't know, it really looks nice for this zombie skin. And I was thinking of doing a tutorial on this on the channel if you would want that. So if enough people are like, yeah, do one, then I'll go ahead and do it. But if not, I'll just be like, look on Instagram. Because y'all know it takes me mad effort to make a video because I've gotten so lazy, and I apologize about that. I really do. But yeah, this was the one that was on the docket that I didn't get around to. But I think, like I said, that I was kind of productive this month. And thank you for watching. I hope to have some more pictures for you next month. Hopefully a range of different artists, because I try to do, you know, not stay in the same books all the time. But sometimes if that's the mood I'm in, that's the mood I'm in. I don't know. But I thank you for watching, subscribing. I appreciate all of your comments. And I'll see you guys in my next video.